Hello everyone. As you see in the title, it's another centerpiece salad. You know, salads can sometimes be boring. Vegetables can be boring because oftentimes they don't have a lot of flavor. This is where I want you all to learn to appreciate and learn to experiment with your herbs and spices so that your salads are palatable, they're satiating, pretty to look at, and tasty. Okay, so here I'm starting out making my cashew butter. I have some cashews and my spices and my almond milk, and I'm mixing it all together here in the Ninja. And this will be my mayonnaise or my sandwich spread. I don't like buying store-bought sandwich spreads or butters and things like that because you never know if there's hidden ingredients and things like that. When you do this, you can make it yourself and you can be in control and know exactly what you are eating. I feel so much better. I feel so much more comfortable doing it that way. And I can, as I said, I can control the ingredients. So that was my cashew butter. I'm going to set that aside. That's it in the bowl there with the black top. And I am preparing my onions, my celery, and my spring onions for the fry part. Now, just keep this in mind. You don't have to cook a thing in this recipe. I prefer to cook my veggies a little bit, and at the end you'll be able to even hear that when I do cook my veggies, I don't cook them very long, just for a little bit, just to warm them up some, add a little heat. When I say heat, I mean temperature. And but like I said, you do not have to cook anything. You don't have to cook the chickpeas. You don't have to cook the veggies. Just mash up the chickpeas, mix it all together, add your seasonings, and you're done, really. So I'm just doing this because this is the way I like to prepare it. Hey, do what you like to do because you're the one that has to eat it, and you need to enjoy what you create. And possibly the people in your home need to enjoy it and find it palatable too. Again, a lot of times, you know, I see veggies being prepared and it just looks very bland, especially when it comes to salads. You gotta spice it up. So that's why I'm creating these centerpiece salads, to add something to the salad, so you're just not sitting there chewing on what other people call, is when they speak of vegetarians, they say, oh, you guys just eat grass, right? So this is a way to make it pretty, to make it appealing, and to add even more layers of flavor. And honey, the layers of flavor in this salad are off the chain, okay? It is really something to behold, okay? So anyway, let's get back to it. Like I said, please feel free to follow along and write down the recipe. I am presenting and showing the spices, the herbs, and the ingredients. There I just showed I'm making some of my favorite purple sweet potatoes so that I can have some purple sweet potato medallions to go with my salad. So I just stir-fried my veggies a little bit. Here I have taken the chickpeas and I've washed all the foam away and put the chickpeas into the food processor. Here I'm stirring in the chickpeas to the onions, celery, and spring onions, and then I'm just going to put this into a bowl and prepare to add the next step, which will be the cashew butter. Now I did let this cool down just a little bit. Oh, don't forget the celery salt. That just gives you another kick. It's got a little bite and spice, that celery salt. Oh yeah. Now I should have let this cool down a little bit more. I know you can see steam there from where I just cooked it, but I was just in a hurry to get this done because it was late and I wanted to go to bed. And it was my first meal of the day. I think it was like 10 o'clock at night. And yeah, I went back to the doctor. The doctor says I got to do better and start eating earlier, because my first meal usually doesn't happen until like 9 p.m. because I'm just not hungry. And even at 9 p.m. I have to force myself to eat. I'm not doing myself any good by doing so, but I know I got to fix that. I'm working on it. So anyway, my husband wanted some potatoes, so I just threw this in here. I made him some hash brown potatoes. I love using my mandolin. I can get these potatoes sliced in absolutely no time. It just takes a few seconds to go through one large potato And I really appreciate this little piece of equipment in my kitchen. I really do. I can make French fries. I can julienne things. I can make potato chips. Um, I'm going to use my mandolin to make some more beet ravioli. Those are really good. You just slice the beets really thin, paper thin, and then I stuff them with a butternut squash mix. I'll show you that too. I hate to say I'm going to show you something and then I find something else and it's like, oh, but let me show you this first, you know? So, but anyway, I will get around to this beet ravioli. Actually, I think I made some beet ravioli. You might find that on my channel if you search for it. So anyway, there are the potatoes all sliced up. Okay, so here we go. This is a very simple home fry recipe. It's EVOO, salt, sea salt, pepper, and oregano. That's it. It's simple. The flavor is great, and it just kicks it up a notch with the oregano. And the potatoes are done. Okay, so now I am going to slice up some of these purple sweet potatoes into medallions. Aren't they beautiful? Doesn't that look like amethyst? Oh my goodness. Only God could do something like that. Something purple and sweet. And they taste like purple lilac brownies. That's the best way I can explain it. There are different varieties of these purple sweet potatoes, but that one right there, it has to look just like that. The Okinawan purple sweet potato, that's the one you got to get. The rest of them don't taste good to me at all. All right, so I've got some naan bread here, and I just put a little EVOO on it and put it into the oven to bake it up, to crisp it up a little bit. And I am adding my spring mix. I believe there is dandelion, arugula, radicchio, and I think that's it. And I think there's mesclun in there also. I'm adding raisins and pecans to my salad because I want it that way. That's how I like it. I like chewy. I like sweet. I like crunchy. Oh, and I'm adding my kale chips. Instead of doing those croutons that have no nutritional value, I want to continue adding nutrition. Everything on my plate is nutritional with the exception of the bread. There's probably not a whole lot of vitamin content in the bread, but the rest of that plate, yeah baby, nutrition is on deck. And a few more pecans, and voila, look at those onions, the celery, the pecans. Look at those purple sweet potato medallions, and that beautiful green crunchy plate of greens. Oh, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Sorry about all the movement there. Okay, you guys, so now it is just time to dig in. I don't think I need to say a whole lot. I think my face will tell you just exactly how I feel about this meal I am about to take part in. But at one point, you will actually be able to hear the crunch of the vegetables because I didn't cook them very long. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that purple sweet potato and the pecan. Only God. Oh my goodness. Isn't that beautiful? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And let me tell you something. When I eat my food, I enjoy it. And listen, you can tell by my face, I am enjoying what I am eating. It is so important that when you, for me, it's so important for me that when I make something, and especially when I bring something to this platform to present it, I want it to not only look good, but once you put it together and try it, I want you to say, oh my goodness, how satisfying, how satiating with all these different layers and flavors and textures. And I mean, that salad right there, there's so much layer, there's so much flavor, and so many different dimensions to this salad. There's no way, because sometimes salads can be boring when you're just sitting there just chewing on a bunch of lettuce and other vegetables. So that's why I call these centerpiece salads, because I want to add something extra, something je ne sais quoi, I don't know what, to the salad, you know? So that's my goal in making these centerpiece salads. Ooh, look at that onion hanging off there. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. That's hubby in the background watching his football game. But if you hear something sloshing around in my background right now, this is a voiceover I'm doing. It's because my dishwasher is running. So that's what that sloshing noise is. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in and for watching. Stay close, stay tuned. Take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Ciao. Oh, and by the way, hubby and my daughter both celebrated birthdays these past few weeks. This is what hubby requested, and this is what I made for him. Fruit salad, pineapple, blueberry smoothie. He wanted a shrimp stir fry. I did as my husband asked me to do, and I made him this shrimp stir fry with peppers and broccoli and onion. Like I said, I did as I was asked. And I cut a pineapple in half and made that his serving bowl, and he was very quiet while he ate, so I suspect he enjoyed what my two little hands prepared for him. I made him a couple of pot stickers and egg rolls from scratch, and I think he was appreciative.